Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Hi. I have been muted. Welcome to another edition of Hero to Hero. Welcome to another edition of Hero to Hero events hosted by the trustees of True Riches. My name is Lanre and I'm your host for today, or your anchor for today. We're super excited to have you here. This is all because of you, and we cannot wait for you to learn and share whatever it is that you learn today's today's event. Before we go on, I'm going to introduce who Trustees of True Riches to you. Trustees of True Riches is an initiative dedicated to empowering the next generation in achieving personal and business goals through skilled coaches, mentors, and trainers. TOTR provides guidance to youth, presenting events such as Hero to Hero and many other events as we go on. There will be a banner at the bottom of the screen if you want to become a part of TOTR so that you can join TOTR. We are very excited about having you here and having you be a part of us. Hero to Hero is where accomplished mentors share their journey and insights. The goal is to inspire and equip the youths with a roadmap for success in their endeavors. Stay connected with TOTR for upcoming events and programs focused on nurturing future leaders. So, I'm going to introduce our speaker for today. He's a fellow of Trustees of True Riches, and his name is Engineer Olarewaju Ojo-Aromokudu, FNCE. Mr. Olarewaju Ojo-Aromokudu was born by late Pa Samuel Babatunde Ojo-Aromokudu and Mama Felicia Bamidele Ojo-Aromokudu on February 23rd, 1966 in Lagos. He has 4 siblings, 2 men and 2 women, and started his childhood in Fadei, Lagos. He started his academic career at Honorary Memorial Methodist Primary School, Yaba, Lagos. He later proceeded to Government College Eric Moore, Surulere, Lagos for his secondary school institution. Olarewaju Ojo-Aromokudu commenced his engineering career at the University of Benin City, Nigeria, where he graduated with a Bachelor of Engineering in Petroleum Engineering in 1988. He joined Chevron Nigeria Limited, former Gulf Oil Company, immediately and has worked for 31 years in various drilling and completions roles with increasing responsibilities in Nigeria, USA, Canada, and Scotland. His roles within drilling and completions community include, but not limited to, engineering manager, operation manager, and drilling and completions manager. To enrich his oil and gas commercial experience, he had a brief stint in crude oil lifting for a period of 3 years. Engineer Ojo-Aromokudu completed his career in Chevron as the D&C advisor for CNL, where he led and supported the development and progression of his department's digital initiatives. He was the point of contact for CNL's and UC upstream capability wells digital transformation efforts to ensure consistency, prioritization, and alignment year on year. Engineer Ojo-Aromokudu is a high-achieving professional who has passion for mentoring young engineers, especially in Nigeria, as evidenced by his participation in SPE, Technical Lecture Series, and NAICE, NAPE, IADC conferences. He is a professional fellow member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, COREN, and Society of Petroleum Engineers. Engineer Olarewaju Ojo-Aromokudu is a multifaceted and dedicated petroleum engineer who has mentored and is still mentoring several emerging leaders, adding values to the field of engineering within CNL and other organizations. He's happily married to Mrs. Omoyemwen Yemi Ojo-Aromokudu, and they are blessed with 2 children. Engineer Lanre Ojo-Aromokudu is passionate about things concerning the kingdom of God and enjoys traveling and meeting new people. I don't know about you, but I'm excited to hear from Mr. Lanre today. And on that note, I'm going to be handing over to him now. Thank you very much. Sit back, enjoy, and have a wonderful and impactful time.
Okay, good morning, everyone in Nigeria, and good day to you wherever you are on the face of the earth. Glad to be here. My name is Lanre Ojo-Aromokudu. Thank you very much, Tosin, for that introduction. Um, I just want to take a moment to appreciate the convener of the trustees of True Riches by the name of Mr. Kayode Adigun, popularly known as Pake. Thank you very much for bringing us together. Thank you for your passion on these trustees of True Riches, and also want to express appreciation for the visionary behind the trustees of True Riches by the name of Pastor Tunde Bakari. He's my spiritual father, is someone that I hold in very high esteem, and I just want to appreciate him for all that he has done and is doing in the kingdom and around the world. So today we're here again on Hero to Hero, and we'll roll. Let's project the slides so we all can get going here. So today, the topic we're looking at is who or what do you believe? Who and what do you believe? Um, I'm going to start with an agenda, give us some background of my life, how it all started, uh, the challenges I've faced in life, and how God has helped me and is still helping me, how God has brought me to where I am today, and the next phase of my life and what I'm doing, and share a few tips of some of the lessons I've learned over the years. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Thank you.
Great leaders are students of leadership. No matter how achieved they may be, they're still learning. And it's a lifestyle. It's the lifestyle of what I need to do to look after people, which includes things like listening, learning how to give and receive feedback, learning how to have effective confrontations, how to discipline when necessary in a way that's constructive. Roam the halls, get to know people, learning what it means to ask somebody questions. How do you ask questions? You know, like some people are naturally good at being curious about other human beings, and some people are uncomfortable because they're introverts or whatever, socially awkward. But we can learn, you know, how do you learn to remember people's names? Oh, I'm bad at names. No, you've just decided you're bad at names. We can learn to be good at names so that when we walk down the hall and say, hey, Tom, oh my God, he remembers my name. It's a nice feeling. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. There are many, many things we have to do and constantly work on.
Thank you very much. I hope you picked up one or two things there. Just a short story again. That was Simon Sinek. You can watch his videos on YouTube. Talks about leadership, and very inspiring leader. Someone that I also listen to from time to time. One of the things he said there in a short story around that, talking about great leaders remember people's names. Um, when I was working in back in Chevron, we stay our current CEO. One of his very uh, good traits, uh, his name is Mike Worth, is that whichever country he goes to, he not only remembers people's names he comes across, but he also takes time to send them a personal email on the conversation that they've had. Um, I can do that. So I mean, my heart's to him, and the way he holds that kind of trait to him. All right. So hopefully you picked up one or two things there. We're moving on. Just want to um, talk a little bit of how it all started. I was born into the family of the Ojo-Aromokudus from Iwoye Jesha in Osun State by Samuel uh, Babatunde Ojo-Aromokudu and Mama Felicia Bamdele Ojo-Aromokudu. Their pictures are there. It's not fully displayed, but you can see the picture on the top right hand corner. My dad is late, passed on in 2018. Mama is still alive. These people shaped my upbringing in a lot of ways, some of which you will hear today. There are five of us. I have two elder brothers and two younger sisters. And I happen to be the one in the middle. And we started our lives like Tosin read, started our lives back in Fadi. That was where I spent my early part of my life. And I learned a few things which still remains with me till today. One of the things I learned, because again, we come from a very humble background, I learned hard work. That was the first phase. In the area where we grew up, water was not very uh, common to have all the time. So we had to resolve to getting water at Alagomiji from my dad's cousin who was working with Nigerian Railways, and they had accommodation for them. They had constant water, so we went there most of the time, especially during the week. Our days started like 3 a.m. when my dad will wake us up, myself and my uh, two brothers, and then we'll go there by 3 a.m. We'll have a shower there and bring water home in plastic jerry cans. And then from there, I joined back then Mr. Taju. Uh, by 5 o'clock, I'll join him, and then it will take me and drop me off at the at the Methodist Girls High School in Yaba, because my primary school was just right behind it. So he drops me off, then I take a walk over there, and that's how my day will start. My day typically will start at the opening the morning prayers at the Horace Memorial uh, Church at the morning devotion, which starts at 5:30. So I joined them for that for 30 minutes. By 6 o'clock, my day began. And then after, like little children, we play and work and walk and play. And after school, walk back home from Yaba back to Fadeyi amongst 4 or 5 colleagues. And that was how I journeyed through life during the week. Weekends started at about 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, cleaning and washing of the drainages, gutters, and everything else. We did that for almost as far as I can remember when we lived there. And from on Saturday mornings, the first 4 hours was spent doing that. And then after that, we'll take on, that's when we'll have our breakfast about 11 o'clock. Typically, it will be pap with akara and or momoy, not and, or momoy. That was it. There was no sugar. I remember I remember one of the days I asked my mom that I wanted sugar plus akara. And she looked at me and said, "Olinium, olinie, and you cannot have it. You either take ogi and sugar or ogi and akara. You cannot have all three." So choices were very limited. Hard work was the name of the game. At that time, my mom was also, even though she was working with the federal government, the then Ministry of Defense as an accountant, she was also going to Unilag, attending schools in order to further our own career as an accountant, which she did. So we saw very quickly the kind of lifestyle that my parents lived: hard work and working hard, trusting in God. I mean, you had no choice but to we go to church, and then we work hard, and that was it. Those were two things that I picked up very early in life: to have God on one side, and then you are working hard on the other side. And I saw that with the because there were several people that lived with us, and I saw that that kind of trait fell on them. One of them is my uncle, who is currently in South Africa on holidays, by the name of Dr. Bamishi Okpemui. He took care of us when we were young, and I saw that when he was in university and did his A levels while taking care of us, it was hard work. He worked and did all the chores at home as much as he could, and then read at night. Had an encounter with armed robbers back then in Akinsoji, but God saved him, and he's enjoying his life with his children and grandchildren as we speak. Praise God. So that was the humble beginning that I started with. There were some things that I did not, and all of this will come together at the end of the day. I'll tie it up together so we all can see it. I went to a different primary school from my two brothers. I went to a different secondary school from my two brothers. And from secondary school, we all went into various universities, but I went farthest away from the university, from home. I went to the best university in Nigeria. I went to the best secondary school in Nigeria. I went to the best primary school in Nigeria at that time. My secondary school was Government College, Eric Moore, Lagos. That was the best school there was at that time, and I really had a great time in school. The other one was the university I went to for my engineering degree was University of Benin. I planned when I was going to when I was in secondary school. My thinking was my vision was to be a lecturer. Wanted to have a PhD and then lecture and just stay in the four walls of university. But sooner than I knew it, as soon as I got into university and I saw my lecturers and I saw their lifestyle and how how wretched they were looking and hungry they were looking, And I took my first internship assignment back in 1984 at Unipetrol. I was working in Unipetrol in Apapa for 3 months, and I saw the way life was. At that time, I was given two 12.5 kg gas cylinders as an intern, and I was given free lunch and all other benefits to go with it. And I said, I'm just an intern, and I get all these benefits. Plus, I was given a salary as well. I quickly told myself that I need to charter my course along where the money is and not stay within the four walls of university. And of course, when I got into internship in back then in golf, that I saw the way life was in Escravos and how people lived. I decided that that was the path God has chosen for me. Did not fight it, but I again applying hard work and God helping me. That was how my life journey began. Wanted to project these pictures to show my wife of almost 30 years now, and my children, Tomisi and Iyolua, whom God has given unto us, blessed children. I want to appreciate them. They have helped me on this journey of life, and some of that, yeah, you'll see. Back then, when I left university, I did my internship, NYC as it is called, with Chevron, and afterwards I was offered employment, and my employment started, and the life began in the oil and gas industry. All I was doing was just to work hard, trust God, and left the rest to things. Just want to share a few things. My 31 years or 31 and a half years in Chevron taught me a lot of things about life. By the grace of God, I rose through the ranks, traveled around the world quite a bit. From 1990, I traveled. I went on 5 different international assignments to United States, to United Kingdom, and then ended up in Canada. Those journeys taught me several things. I met different people. I met different cultures. I met different backgrounds, people with different backgrounds. I learned a lot. I was faced with when people tell you to your face that you are worth nothing just because of the color of your skin, not because of what you know or what you can offer. Uh, as a senior engineer, I worked on one of the rigs with a colleague of mine, and we spent some time on this rig. Again, as when we left Nigeria, we were senior engineers. By the time we got to United States, the offer that we were given, we were supposed to be trainees trying to learn. And when I walked on the rig, I met the most senior guy on the rig, and it was so frustrating that I was not given any assignment whatsoever. And I was told, do whatever you want to do on the rig. The whole course is yours. Just do whatever you want. No responsibility, no accountability, nothing whatsoever. So I had to dig down within myself and hold myself up. In fact, he told me to my face, he said, Lanre, I have nothing for you on this rig. I mean, uh, people have shown me their other side discreetly, but he was very direct to my face. So I had to go back and re-strategize, talk to my God on how to proceed. Uh, at the end of the day, it came out better than I planned, but it left an indemnable health issue with my colleague. So just to say that sometimes you have to, again, the background mattered, because the background of trusting in God and believing in God helped me through that journey. Another example that I'll give was when I was during the later part of my career in Chevron. um, Somebody somewhere thought it wise to make a formal report of myself, and this was flagged up because at my level, if a report like that is filed, it has to be investigated. So it was investigated, and it was investigated heavily. At the end of the day, um, I came out clean. And what I did, not knowing that this will come, was as a result of hinging on God and the lessons learned through the years, specifically lessons learned from Pastor Bakari, that you can win by righteousness. You have to do things right and do the right things. And those were the things that the habits and the culture I have inculcated into my life that has helped me, not knowing that this was coming. So when this came and when the investigation was done, nothing was found. At the end of the day, I was told that, okay, you are exonerated. You can go about your business. And I was so glad and so thankful to God that that happened. So, guiding principles in life. I want you to know that God always has a definite plan for you. God has a definite plan for me. There were some choices that had been made for me. I explained some of that before. Um, and that the second thing, my wife knows this, my children knows this, that his will be accomplished in my life. His will be accomplished in your life. I don't have to force it. Whatever the will of God is, I want that will to be done. Sometimes we make choices that may not be aligned with the will of God. My prayer, my thought, my action always is that his will be accomplished in my life. I also believe as human beings, sometimes we are infallible in some of the things we do. So I may fail while following him, but I would never, by the grace of God, never fail to follow him. Last but not the least, I also believe this, and is becoming more and more evident in the things that I see around me, in that whatsoever you sow, that you shall also reap. Seed time and harvest shall never cease. For as long as the earth remains, seed time and harvest shall never cease. I believe that whatsoever anyone sows, that we shall also reap. Sow good seeds so that you can reap good harvest. It's a key, it works, and honestly, I believe everything in life is hinged on this. Because sometimes we sow and we sow something, that will take a long time to harvest, and we're quick to want the harvest. No, you have to wait. When you sow pineapple and you want the likes of orange, there are times and seasons are different. Whatever you sow, that which you should also wait for to reap. So let's be mindful of that. Um, I also go to the strategies that has also helped me. Some of them I've talked about, some of them I'll reemphasize here. One is to always believe in God. It's very, very important. Anyone you meet, they always have something at the back of their mind that they believe in. There's no one that you meet. And again, I've been to the Indonesia, been to Thailand. I've seen people. I even went when I went to Bangkok, Thailand. I took time to go to their temple to see how they do this. And if you see the amount of reverence that they give to their God that they worship, the amount of reverence when they throw flowers and incense and all of that. So they always believe. There's no one that does not believe in something. Believe in the true God. Believe in God. Work hard and then work smart. After you've worked hard, it's not time to work harder. It's time to work smarter. There's different tools and technologies these days to help us in working smart. Develop and evaluate relationship from time to time. This is one lesson that I've learned, that it is not, don't force relationship. There are some relationships that will start very well, but over time, it's time to move on. It's time to win that relationship off and move on to the next level. Because, and again, there are several places in the scriptures that you see that Abraham and his nephew Lot is an example. You know, at a certain time you have to move on. You have to move on with your life. Do not force any relationship, and I mean it. Do not force any relationship. Evaluate your relationship from time to time. Seek knowledge and counsel from time to time. The Bible says that in the multitude of counsel there is safety. Seek counsel. I have people that I counsel with even up till now. I have people I seek information from. My son introduced me to a book recently, and I'm reading that book and I'm enjoying it. The Laws of Human Nature. If you ever find time, please read that. It will help you to understand human beings and how rational or irrational human beings can be. Um, Next bullet, focus on what you can control. Again, these are some of the painful lessons that I learned over the years. Focus on what you can control and worry less on what you can't. I spent so many times and seasons worrying about what I could not control. But I've learned now, God helping me to focus on what I can control. I cannot control what other people are thinking about me. And whatever you think about me is whatever you think about me. So I worry less about that. I worry about God and the things that I need to do to follow Christ in everything that I do. Last one, but not the least, live your life in humility and gratitude. Um, I wake up every morning. Maybe it's part of growing up also. I wake up every morning in appreciation and gratitude to God. Live your life in humility. No man is an island. You cannot achieve it all. Be grateful to God for where you are. trusting him for better and bigger things. But live your life in humility and gratitude. And thank you very much for your attention. I will take questions and feedback right now. But before, while people are thinking about that, I just want to spend a couple of more minutes. There's a video I want to share with us, and then I will come back to wrap it up. So over to you. Please play the video. Thank you.
Great leaders are students of leadership. No matter how achieved they may be, they're still learning. And it's a lifestyle. It's the lifestyle of what I need to do to look after people, which includes things like listening, learning how to give and receive feedback, learning how to have effective confrontations, how to discipline when necessary in a way that's constructive. Roam the halls, get to know people, learning what it means to ask somebody questions. How do you ask questions? You know, like some people are naturally good at being curious about other human beings, and some people are uncomfortable because they're introverts or whatever, socially awkward. But we can learn, you know. How do you learn to remember people's names? Oh, I'm bad at names. No, you've just decided you're bad at names. We can learn to be good at names so that when we walk down the hall and say, hey, Tom, oh my God, he remembers my name. It's a nice feeling. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. There are many, many things we have to do and constantly work on.
Okay. Seemed to be a little bit of IT challenge. Um, so the video you're about to watch talks about do you deserve the styrofoam cup or the ceramic cup? Which one do you deserve? It's about three minutes of play, and I'm hoping that we can play this. Okay. Um, I just give us a summary of that video. There was a U.S. Gentleman who had been at the echelon of his career, and anytime he showed up, he was always given the first class treatment. You know, ushered in a limousine, chauffeur driven, and you know, just given first class treatment. Someone taking his suitcase and all of that. And when he attended that conference, he was given a ceramic cup. You know, what do you want? You want cream? You want sugar? How much cream? You know, everything offered to him. So after he now retired, he decided he was going to attend the same conference. But of course, this time around, he was no longer at that leadership role. So when he showed up, nobody even recognized him. He came in there, no one even acknowledged his presence. Rather than him being offered the ceramic cup, he was offered the styrofoam cup. I understand the video is ready now, so we'll play it. Thank you.
There was a former Undersecretary of Defense who was invited to give a speech at a large conference, about 1,000 people. And he was standing on the stage with his cup of coffee in a styrofoam cup, giving his prepared remarks with his PowerPoint behind him. And he took a sip of his coffee and he smiled and he looked down at the coffee. And then he went off script and he said, "You know, last year I spoke at this exact same conference. Last year I was still the undersecretary. And when I spoke here last year, they flew me here business class. And when I arrived at the airport, there was somebody waiting for me to take me to my hotel. And they took me to my hotel and they had already checked me in and they just took me up to my room. And the next morning I came downstairs and there was someone waiting in the lobby to greet me and they drove me to this here same venue. They took me through the back entrance and took me into the green room and handed me a cup of coffee in a beautiful ceramic cup." He says, "I'm no longer the undersecretary. I flew here coach. I took a taxi to my hotel and I checked myself in. When I came down the lobby this morning, I took another taxi to this venue. I came in the front door and found my way backstage, and when I asked someone, 'Do you have any coffee?' he pointed to the coffee machine in the corner, and I poured myself a cup of coffee into this here styrofoam cup." He says the lesson is, the ceramic cup was never meant for me. It was meant for the position I held. I deserve a styrofoam cup. Remember this. As you gain fame, as you gain fortune, as you gain position and seniority, people will treat you better. They will hold doors open for you. They will get you a cup of tea and coffee without you even asking. They will call you sir and ma'am, and they will give you stuff. None of that stuff is meant for you. That stuff is meant for the position you hold. It is meant for the level that you have achieved of leader or success or whatever you want to call it. But you will always deserve a styrofoam cup. Remember that. Remember that lesson of humility and gratitude. You can accept all the free stuff. You can accept all the perks. Absolutely, you can enjoy them. But just be grateful for them and know that they're not for you. I remember getting off the Acela. I took the Acela from New York to Washington, D.C. And I got off the train like everybody else. And I was walking down the platform like everyone else. And I walked past General Nordy Schwartz, who used to be the Chief of Staff of the United States Air Force, the head of the Air Force. And here I did, see a guy in a suit, schlepping his own suitcase down the platform just like me. And just a couple months ago, he was flying on private jets and he had an entourage and other people carried his luggage. But he no longer held the position. And so now he got to drag his own suitcase. And never did it sort of remind me more that none of us deserve the perks that we get. We all deserve a styrofoam cup.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We all deserve a styrofoam cup. That was, again, Simon Sinek. My life is very much like that. At the time, and that's one of the reasons why I'm wearing the shirt that you see. I found out that I actually lived that kind of example in my career, because it got to a point where literally I was, by the grace of God, a solution provider for my department in a lot of ways. And people were just always thronging at me and seeking my attention. But as soon as I left that position of authority, the whole place went blank and everywhere went silent. Emails literally stopped. Phone calls stopped. My office became like a ghost town. People just passed my office. And I had to sit back and say this. I had to talk to myself and encourage myself that this is truly life, and this is the way people actually see me, and this is what I am worth in their eyes. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll take questions and comments. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lanre. To be honest, I have been writing a lot of things down. I have been writing everything that you have been saying down, like trying to jot down, like, oh, what can I take away from this? It was a very, very, very insightful talk. Like I learned a lot. I'm sorry about your life. And then one thing that really stuck to me may have been the ending, but like also when you, I also learned a lot from that video, like where we are in life, you know, determines how people around us treat us and everything. And to be honest, I feel like personally I've been in that same situation. Like I've always had like leadership roles in uni, and then after like I left, like all the people that wanted to be my friends, everybody kind of just like left, and I was like, okay, where are all these people now? But we thank God, and the insight has been amazing. It has been wonderful. So we have a few questions, and they'll pop up, and then you can then begin to answer them. So the first one says, how would you define humility, and why is it an important quality to possess?
Thank you very much. A wonderful question. My definition of humility is very simple. Humility is what you do uh, ascribing no honor to yourself in life. Um, do not think that maybe whatever it is that is by your power, even though you've worked hard, do not believe and think that the position you've attained, whatever you got, is because you deserve it. It's because of God's grace. And that is how I define humility. Just believe that whatever it is not because you so deserve it. It's because God has allowed you to have access to it. Whatever it is, either a beautiful wife, a handsome husband, wonderful children, resources of life, even relationships with others. It's not because you deserve them, it's because God has allowed it. And stay connected to the person that has made it happen for you. There are several things that have happened in my life that I never thought um, I will get it. And an example is my assignment to Canada was never in the play. It was never something I thought of. It was never something I planned for. It just came to me. And I never said, oh, yeah, all my hard work has finally paid off. No, I just said, God, I thank you for this wonderful opportunity. And, uh, and I moved on with it. It's important for us to have this humility because it will help you to triangulate yourself in life all the time so that when sometimes you think you deserve something and you don't get it, you don't become so defeated and downcasted, you know, because some people in life have suffered tremendous health issues as a result of losing what they thought they deserved in life, either in property, either in relationship, or whatever. Thank you.
I think there are more questions. Maybe there we can. Okay, the other question is there. So, where do you draw a line between humility and trying to stand up for yourself when you feel you are being cheated?
Um, I think you can stand up for yourself, even in humility, and mention it and say things even when in the face of being cheated. One of the things I've shared with my wife and children is that, for as long as I live, I will not fight anyone over anything called property. I will never fight anyone, even though it's legit. I will never fight anyone over property, because God, who has provided the property, if somebody decides that it's his own, and I've shown evidence to prove that is the person is not the true owner, I've sought legal counsel. I will not go to court and multiple times be fighting. Just release it and move on with life. Um, the things of this world, the tangible things of this world, they are not worth killing ourselves over. If you are being cheated, you need to stand up and say it, but not it's not something that we should beat ourselves over and over and over on. That's the way I've always lived my life. You need to stand up, but stand up in humility, and not be so too aggressive about it. Thanks, Toby.
Another question is, it is commonly said that it is lonely at the top, and typically that seems true. How do we prepare for such stage of life, and how do we get the best relationships, even if it's not so much?
Well, personally, I don't believe it's lonely at the top. Um, it's lonely at the top because you've not taken people along with you. If you have, and that's one of the things that have helped me. If you have mentees along the way, people whom you've mentored, as you as you climb higher in life, the expectation and what you should see is that they are also rising with you. Um, and then as they are rising with you, yes, right below you or around you, you should see people. So it shouldn't be lonely at the top. It's lonely at the top when you've channeled yourself alone to go to the top by yourself. And then you find that you are there just by yourself. I cherish building relationships a lot, but like I said, I do not hold on to relationship as a matter of life and death. Relationships sometimes will have to come and go painfully. In some relationships, they have to come and go, but it's worth it to always nurture relationships as best as we can. Thank you. Okay.
So I think those are all questions. I personally enjoyed the time with you, sir. I have learned so much. Like I said, my job is filled with so many things, and I can't wait to begin to practice these things in my personal life and my career as I continue to go on. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for sharing a part of your life with us. Thank you for showing us your own personal roadmap to how to get to success. We appreciate you, and we cannot wait to hear more from you. On this note, I'm going to call on our very own Paquet to come on and share a few words with us.
Okay. Thank you very much, Olorun, and thank you very much, our brother Lanre, Uncle Lanre, Mr. Lanre, Ojo-Aromokudu, for that exciting session. My job is very simple and is well cut out. As you can see, I'm on the move. but I'll do justice to what has been assigned to me by the Trustees of True Riches initiative handlers. Is that we are beginning to gain a grasp of what we actually want to do. And then the activities and the programs for 2024 are beginning to evolve. You will recall, for some of you that have been with us since August, we've been doing back-to-back H2H sessions, Euro-to-Euro sessions, and then on the third month, we do the Pavilion Dialogue. We apologize that we couldn't do the January session for the Pavilion Dialogue, but the April session will come up. So we'll be having another session of the H2H next month as scheduled, and then we'll have the Pavilion Dialogue in April. And then we'll continue May, June with the H2H session with 2 other fellows coming up to round off with the H2H session. And then the big one comes in July, which is what we are now working towards, which is the 3-day summit of the Tortrified, where we're going to have a whole lot of activities to engage the youth properly on different things, and this will be physical. So I'm welcoming everybody on board. Please go to our social media handles, our website, to begin to register as youth members, and then we begin to start those engagements of coaching, mentorship, and what have you, as we move towards the summit in July, by God's grace. Once again, I want to thank you for taking time to join us on this program, and subsequent sessions that will be coming from March, April, May, June, and then the summit in July. For now, we say bye-bye, and God bless you.